Rod here at A Better Way to Farm. Thanks for tuning in this evening. We asked the question, can 2 gallon of a certain kind of nitrogen replace 70 pounds of N? It's a good question, and it's interesting because the same people who will tell you that you cannot replace 50 pounds of phosphorus or 50 pounds of K with a row-placed liquid starter will tell you you can replace 70 pounds of N with 2 gallon of something that they're selling. Let's run through some math. If you're applying 100 pounds of 1846O, that's 46 pounds of phosphorus. If you're getting 20% of it back usable the first year, as the Dry Fertilizer Institute tells us that we do, that means that we're getting, what, 20% of 46 is less than, barely 9.2 pounds. The fact of the matter is, if you put in 6 gallon of a 215-19-3, you're getting about 12 pounds of actual phosphorus in the root zone. So it's all going into the plant. That's how we come up with the math that this replaces that, plus 35 years of data of doing it, watching the soil tests go up. But on the nitrogen side, it goes sideways. We have people who say, hey, Joe Blow over here, he did some strips in the field, and in one part of the field, he put on 2 gallon of this product. And on this other part, he put on 70 pounds of side dress nitrogen, and they yielded the same. Let me share a quick story with you. My wife was actually a history major, and she said that one of the things that they learned was how man, in the olden days, came to worship different things. Man's running through the jungle as fast as he can go. There's a lion right behind him. It's going to eat him. He looks over his shoulder. He runs into a big tree, bam, and it knocks him out, completely unconscious, cold. 45 minutes goes by. He wakes up. He looks around. Dude, I'm still alive. So what happens? He starts to worship the tree because he says, this tree saved my life. The tree didn't save his life. Laying down and playing dead saved his life. Why? Lions don't eat what they don't kill. When that lion got there, this guy was dead. The lion went on and found him something else to chase down and kill. So we worship the tree inadvertently. That's what happened here. We hit our head on the tree when we put 2 gallon of one foliar product on and said it equaled 70 pounds of 28. How did we get there? It's real simple, guys. Nitrogen is movable. It moves up and down, mostly down in the soil, right? And so what happens is we go out here in this cornfield right behind me, and on one side of it we put on 70 pounds of 28%, and on the other side we use 2 gallon of XYZ. And what happens is, if there is nitrogen that's positionally unavailable, let's assume your roots are 1 foot deep. And let's also assume that your nitrogen has migrated down to a depth of 16 or 18 inches. So you've got roots that go 12 inches deep. You've got nitrogen that's at 16 or 18 inches. It's positionally unavailable. What does that mean? Well, that means that you can't get to it. So when you apply the 2 gallon of the foliar product, what's it supposed to do? It's supposed to excite the plant, make it take off, make it grow more roots. That's what happens. The 2 gallon makes that root take off, and it grows down into that 70 pounds of nitrogen that was positionally unavailable before, and therefore it does the exact same thing as where you put on 70 pounds of nitrogen that didn't excite roots. It just sucked it up and it utilized it within the plant, but you got an identical yield. Guys, here's the deal. Adequate nitrogen is the key. Testing is important. We got to know where that's at in that soil profile to make sure that it's available, that we can get to it. Do we believe in foliar feeding 2 gallon of a high quality nitrogen product that was especially built just for foliar work? Absolutely. And some of you guys might be interested in talking to us about that. We'd love to talk to you and talk about the benefits and why you would do it. If you're going to be putting some fungicide on, especially about R2, we have a product that was built for that reason. It's a triazone. It doesn't burn. It excites that plant. It makes that plant grow. And when that plant takes off and we get more root growth and we pick up more phosphorus, more potassium, more zinc, more manganese, more everything, we get up more moisture, and therefore we get a yield increase. But we got to be honest with ourselves. We're not replacing 70 pounds of nitrogen with 2 gallon of anything. The math isn't there, and it cannot be done. If it can't be done on paper, then it can't be done at all. So guys, this is just one of the many things that we talk about when we do our fundamentals of agronomy training and how we get to these things. If you'd be interested in meeting us in up by Des Moines, Iowa on Thursday and Friday, July 7th and 8th, we'd love to talk to you. Reach out, 641-919-1206. Get us a text, get us a phone call. We will get back in touch with you, I promise. You can always reach out with a message right here on the Facebook page. Hey, by the way, if you're interested, swing by A Better Way to Farm on the abetterwaytofarm.com and take the profit calculator there. And if podcasts are your thing, we'd love to have you give a listen. There's a lot of great information on the podcast. Type in A Better Way to Farm on the platform of your choice. And if you're there, give us a rating. We'd appreciate it. Share us with a friend. I hope you guys are really having a better day.